28 teams have their sights set on a trip to the state finals. Welcome to the KELOLAND SportsZone. I'm Travis Fossing alongside Bailey Millen.
Tonight we'll spotlight 10 semifinal matchups, and we begin at Howard Wood Field. Roosevelt and Washington met in a rematch of last year's championship game. On the Warriors' opening drive, Jaden Johansson drops back and slings one intended for Gabe Person, but Devlin McManus makes the leaping grab at the goal line for the touchdown-saving interception. The Rough Riders couldn't turn the INT into points, but later Aaron Kusler barrels into the end zone to get the scoring started. Roosevelt leads 7-0 with under a minute to play in the first quarter. In the second, Washington hands to Tupac Capella, and he spins away from a tackle and rushes 20 yards to add to his 11-man state touchdown record. This one's all tied up at 7. Less than 5 minutes before half, Johansson airs one out, and this time Person makes the catch in the end zone. It's a 22-yard strike, and Washington wins 28-14. The Warriors will play for their 4th straight state championship next week.
O'Gorman and Brandon Valley cross paths in 11 AAA's other semifinal. Third quarter already leading 22-0. Brandon Valley hangs another score on the board. Jesse Steffel turns a corner and he's gone. 57 yards down the far sideline for the touchdown. Add the PAT and it's 29-0 Lynx. After the two teams traded fumbles, O'Gorman gets on the board. Zach Norton follows his blockers to the far side of the field, falling into the end zone for the 6-yard touchdown. 29-7 Lynx. Fourth quarter, O'Gorman is on the move, but Brandon Valley comes up with a turnover as Norton is intercepted by Ethan Tellinghusen, and it'll be a rematch of the 2016 championship game as Brandon Valley beats O'Gorman 29-15.
Pierre is the defending 11 AA champion and met Brookings in the semifinals. On the Governor's opening drive, the Brookings defense stood tall. On 3rd and long, Jay Seferic brings Garrett Stout down, forcing Pierre to punt. Next, Governor possession, again facing 3rd and long, but this time the Govs convert as Stout hits Jake Maher, who carries a few Bobcat defenders with him, picking up a first down. Later in the drive, out of the Wildcat, McGuire Rasky is going to keep it himself, and he plunges in from 2 yards out. Count the PAT, and it's 7-0 Govs. After another Bobcat 3-and-out, the Governors march it right back down the field. Stout keeps it himself, bounces it outside, and runs it in from 21 yards out to make it 14-0. And the Govs will make a return trip to Vermilion, beating Brookings 40-7. The Governors will face Huron in next week's championship game as the Tigers won at Yankton 28-23. The Bucks led by 2 after 3 quarters, but Huron tallied the lone touchdown of the 4th quarter to get the win.
A Class 11A semifinal featuring top-seeded T-Area and West Central. First half was a defensive battle after allowing the Titans to cross the 50. West Central tallies back-to-back sacks, including that hit by Jackson Miller. In the closing minute of the first half, T-Area puts together a drive. Hunter West finds Carter Slykaus, who takes a lick but hangs on. First down Titans. 2 plays later, T-Area hits pay dirt. West hits Wyatt Van Tol on the 12-yard touchdown pass. 7-0 Titans at halftime, and T-Area advances to the 11A championship 28-0 over West Central. On the other side of the bracket, Dakota Valley met Del Rapids. Third quarter trailing 13-7. Panthers fail on 4th and goal. The Warriors break up the pass. Dakota Valley D attempted to keep the Panthers in the game. Came up with a few big stops. Tanner Shrunk, Mitchell Kistner, Tad Green causing disruption in the backfield. Late in the third, the Panthers grab the lead as Sam Chesterman finds the end zone. Dakota Valley on top 14-13. But it's the Warriors that walk away with the victory, avenging their early season loss to Dakota Valley, 25-22 the final. We'll have highlights from the Class 11B and 9AA semifinals next. We'll be right back.
You're watching the KELOLAND SportsZone! Go! Watching KELOLAND SportsZone!
Welcome back to the KELOLAND SportsZone.
Sioux Falls Christian is a defending Class 11B champion, but suffered an early season loss to current #1 Canton. Tonight, the Chargers sought their revenge in the state semifinals. On the game's opening drive, Sioux Falls Christian marches it to the 1, where Dawson Miller gives to Parker Nelson, and the senior running back breaks into the end zone. Add the 2-point conversion, and it's 8-0. After recovering an onside kick, the Chargers add to their advantage. Back on the 1, Miller calls his own number and gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Tack on another 2-point conversion, and it's 16-0 Sioux Falls Christian. Late in the first half, more from the visiting Chargers as the line clears a lane for Miller, who goes the distance for the touchdown. Add another 2-point conversion, and it's 24-0. Ahead to the third quarter, Canton looks to get back into the contest as Scott Peterson going to hit Caden Verley for the touchdown, but Sioux Falls Christian advances to the finals with a 38-20 win over the Seahawks. Chargers will face Bridgewater Emory Ethan in next week's championship game. Seahawks jumped out to a 35-point lead at halftime and beat Mount Vernon Plankington 41-6. Brady Hawkins had 4 touchdowns in the win.
A Class 9 AA semifinal pitting Wolsey Wessington against Bonham. Bonham's Joey Slama pitches to Christian Becker. Big hole up the middle, and Becker pushes in for a 4-yard touchdown. It's 8-0 Cavaliers. Next drive for Bonham, Slama fakes the handoff, lowers his shoulder, and he's in for a 3-yard score. It's 15-zip Cavs. Ensuing drive, the Cavaliers call a QB sneak, and Slama is in beast mode. He fights his way in 6 yards for his second score of the game. Bonham's rolling up 22-zip. Just before the half, Slama pitches to Joshua Cronover. He winds up and throws across the field to Slama, wide open in stride for a 30-yard touchdown. It's 29-0 at the half, and Bonham advances to the championship game with a 44-22 win over Wolsey Wessington. The other 9AA semifinal featured Garrettson and Kimball White Lake. In the opening minute of the second quarter, Javen Holing keeps it himself and stumbles into the end zone as the Wildcats take a 14-7 lead. The Blue Dragons face 3rd and 13, but Brennan Mutter's pass is tipped by 2 Wildcats before Trenton Carley hauls it in, and the senior picks up a Garrettson first down. A few plays later, Mutter keeps it himself and dives into the end zone to tie the game at 14 with 6:53 left in the opening half. Kimball Whitelake answers right back as Holen stretches the ball across the goal line to put the Wildcats back on top 22-14. The Blue Dragons then are threatening as Mutter hands off to Isaiah Robinson. He escapes one tackle but is wrestled to the ground by Justin Becker, and the ball pops loose. Tide nominee recovers and races it all the way down the field as the Wildcats run away with the win 42-14.
We'll have highlights from the Class 9B semifinals next. We'll be right back.
You're watching the KELOLAND SportsZone. Go Tigers! You're watching the KELOLAND SportsZone.
After falling to Coleman Egan in last November's Class 9B championship game, Sully Buttes is a perfect 10-0 this season and look to make a return trip to Vermilion with a semifinal win over Fulton area. Late in the second quarter, Fulton area quarterback Derek Heitman overthrows his target, and Sebastian Frost makes him pay, coming up with the interception. Chargers looking to convert the turnover into points. 5 seconds left in the half. Nick Whitler airs it out right side. Grant Johnson takes it in 24 yards for the touchdown. Sully Buttes up 36-14 at the break. Same score in the fourth quarter. Chargers 4th and long. Whitler dumps it off to Morris Hofer, who gets tripped up just shy of the goal line. Whitler ran it in a play later. Sully Buttes advances to its second straight 9B championship game, 48-14 over Fulton area.
The second Class 9B semifinal pit Colomb against Wall. Jackson Kinzer fakes the handoff before letting it fly downfield to Leighton Thiemann, who makes the catch and carries his defender into the end zone. The Cowboys take the first lead of the game, up 8-0. Still in the first, Wall strikes back. Jacob Billmeyer tosses to Cooper McConaughey, who finds a hole and breaks free. He sees nothing but daylight as the Eagles get on the board, tying the game at 8. Final minute of the opening quarter, Kinzer throws a quick pass to Calvin Ringingshield in the end zone. Cologne led 24-8 after one quarter. Late in the second, Bill Meyer drops back, throws into coverage, and Jacob Week picks him off. Week zigs and zags his way back for the pick six as the Cowboys roll to the win, 74-28. In the Class 9A semifinals, Canastota Freeman advances over Timberlake 44-20. The Pride will face Howard after the Tigers dethroned defending champion Britton Hekla 12-8. And that one was a defensive battle as the Tigers and Braves were both held scoreless in the second half. So again, the 9A championship will feature Canastota Freeman and Howard. It's time to hand out our weekly award, the Touchstone Energy Player of the Week. This week's recipient is Bonham's Joey Slama. The quarterback had 3 touchdowns in the first half and 144 rushing yards in the game. He also led the team with 10 tackles as the Cavaliers advance to next week's championship game with a win over Woolsey Wessington. The Player of the Week is brought to you by your local Touchstone Energy cooperatives. Together, we are re-energizing rural.
We'll have the weekend sports schedule and hits and helmets next. We'll be right back.
Watching KELOLAND SportsZone.
Welcome back to the KELOLAND Sports Zone. Looking ahead to another busy weekend on the local sports scene. College football on Saturday as Indiana State hosting South Dakota beginning at noon. Augustana takes on Winona State to close the season at 1 o'clock, the home portion of the schedule anyway. SDSU takes on Missouri State beginning at 2 o'clock. And then basketball going on throughout the day and throughout the weekend at the Sanford Pentagon as they host the NAIA Basketball Classic. Action underway tomorrow beginning at 2 o'clock. Sports Calendar is brought to you by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Reach your more.
It's time to honor tonight's top plays and playmakers with another edition of Hits and Helmets.
Hits and Helmets brought to you by Avera Orthopedics. Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.